India is a country which has the largest amount of agricultural land available. You have cut all the jungles and converted them into agricultural land. The problem now is that with the deforestation, that entire supportive ecosystem is gone. See, imagine a land which was jungle, you first cut the trees and then you start burning the land. So what that means is that through natural means, the new trees cannot grow. Only the grass will come. And you use grass for grazing, and when the grazing season is over, you burn it again. So when you repeat this cycle over and over again, you ensure that through natural means, no tree can grow at all. Matlab, population is growing, but the trees are not surviving. So amount of CO2 which is getting absorbed is reducing. As a result, the amount of CO2 in the air is increasing, and that's what is leading to global warming. I'm a technologist by profession, but my kind of weekend hobby is to spend time in nature, and more recently I have sort of gotten more and more drawn towards the idea of reforestation. At a personal level, I have been, transforming a barren patch of land into a green zone for the last 6-7 years. Just imagine that just about 5 years ago, this entire area was completely barren. And in another 3 years, this will just become a dense jungle. We have a mix of about more than 200 varieties of saplings out here. And a true jungle is the one which has a mix of all those varieties, rather than creating a monoculture where you're only planting one variety over and over again. So basically the attempt here is, start from a barren land, plant these diverse varieties of trees, saplings, herbs, and once you create that habitat, naturally the right insects come, the right birds come, the right animals come, and a lively ecosystem is created. See, we do not use any chemical fertilizer at all. So we present a little bit of a tough condition for these seedlings to grow. A limited amount of water, limited amount of nutrients. Because the forestation that we are doing, we need saplings which can survive under tough climatic conditions. So as you can see, we have close to about 80,000 trees ready. Over our entire lifetime, the amount of carbon dioxide we breathe out, if each one of us, if we plant 14 trees, all of that CO2 will be absorbed. So this only takes care of the amount of CO2 we are breathing out just to stay alive. This doesn't take care of the CO2 we release as a result of driving cars or flying. That will be a whole different calculation. It's a very simple thought that let's begin by planting 14 trees each. I recently came to know that IIT Kanpur, the institute I am from, is celebrating its 60th year of anniversary of foundation. We are all coming together to celebrate the occasion, and then this whole idea kind of triggered that close to 40,000-50,000 people have graduated from the institute. Why not float the idea of planting a tree in the name of every graduate? It brings all of us together as a group, aligned towards a common objective. It requires very little time and monetary contribution from each one of us. So it's just creation of goodwill, add to the environment, create employment, make an impact on the environment, bring about social reforms, all of it together, and enjoy the process of doing it. I invite everyone to, come spend a day, plant a tree, water that tree, and sort of enjoy the whole surrounding.